Before talking actually about the design ideas, I would like to share some personal feelings on the site in terms of the strengths and limitations. First, for the very strong point of the co-loader is that we've already got different internal spaces for use. That is the tunnel spaces here and the chamber spaces on the edge. However, the disadvantage is quite obvious at this point because all the tunnels are isolated with each other by the very thick sandstone walls. And also, if we pay attention to the side section here, we can see the second limitation, which is the very large height difference between the sea level and the platform level. And the total height drop is around 12 meters. And not many people are willing to pay a visit to this a little lower section, a little lower platform of the site. And in order to solve these two problems, I look at two precedent studies done by Heatherwick Studio. The first one is called the Zuidmorka in South Africa. This is a adaptive reuse project of a huge silo building, and Heatherwick used a very huge imaginative canal to carve out three-dimensional space as the hotel lobby. By doing this, he can get rid of the barriers between the silos. The second example is very good at mitigating the level differences, and this project is called Vessel in New York City. Heatherwick adopted stairs to connect 2 points with huge height difference and also attract the tourists to explore the space as well as the city. Here shows the spatial organization on the tunnel level. 3 research labs inlay onto the tunnel and bring irregularity to the site. From the left to the right are Seagrass Lab, Seawall Lab, and the Oyster Lab, respectively. And we can also see 3 blocks are punched into the tunnel and carved out 3 different sunken communal spaces, accommodating to provide horizontal circulations between tunnels and also vertical circulations between street level and tunnel level. Also, a co-loader museum and a co-loader restaurant are proposed along the side edge, replacing the original chambers. Before going to the next step, I want to recall what I've done in the radical models. These 3 little models are intended to abstract sea ripples into some building forms and also serve the idea of building a new platform for people to walk onto. And here's the plan for the upper level. A series of platforms are protruding from the side, interconnected by bridges and stairs. And also a series of sitting areas and amphitheaters are designed along the co-loader edge to weaken the sharp edge of the side and also guide people to look at different angles. Here is the elevation of the design. Serving the concept of ballet show, the original platform is divided horizontally by 5 different lines, very similar to the stave that the nodes are standing on different lines. The protruding platforms are also standing on those 5 different lines. Here is the 3D axonometric view of the platform systems along with their interlinking bridges and staircases. And here's the proposed plan for the upper side. The sustainability center is demolished and replaced by the community center. The entrance to the site is near the Aboriginal carving to evoke its past history. The accommodation block is located on the slope here, being quiet whilst easy access to the site and the harbour. This is the draft transverse section showing the internal communal space and the carved out space. This communal space breaks the isolation and introduces sunlight and fresh air into the tunnel space. And this one is the longitudinal sectional perspective, basically demonstrating the same idea here. And here is the exploded axonometric we can see how the spaces are articulated in horizontally and vertically. And this is the first perspective, showing how to reactivate the edge of the platform and showing the walkway between the amphitheater and those little platforms. And this is the second perspective. We can see the openings are created on the face of the original platform to create the connection between the platforms, these little platforms, as well as the internal lab spaces. And this is the seawall model. And basically these three openings, as I said, are connecting the platform in the outside and also the lab spaces inside. And there is a ramp here connecting to this platform, and people can walk down through this ramp and do some research on the seawall here. So the seawall is attaching on the existing surface of the co-loader. Thank you.